Welcome back. In this class, we are going to discuss about aspects. Why is important? I'm preparing you to how we are going to read important aspects to be able to draw a line. The planets are moving in different velocities and cycles. Those are creating different forms of aspects. Some of them are more popular than others, but we are going to choose few of them that will help us to read later on, together with the archetypes of each planet and sign, what are the direction and the language that are trying to show us. We have a sort of aspect that's called conjunction. What is conjunction? That two planets are existing or passing on the same zone in the zodiac. For example, if we are drawing the astrological chart, and this is Aries, this is Taurus, this is Gemini, and we are seeing here Sun and Venus. Both are in Gemini. So we can say that the Sun and Venus right now in conjunction in Gemini. How we are going to write it? We are going to write it like this. Sun conjunct is like this. We are going to see this later on in the application. Conjunct Venus in the sign of Gemini, or we just will write Gem. And this is a sort of conjunction. What this means that the Sun is with Venus is another story, and we should now merge the qualities of the house where they are, the quality of the Sun, the quality of Venus, and to put them together in the sign of Gemini that is ruling communication, intelligence, and environment. For another example, we may take the ninth house that, for example, right now is in Sagittarius. And let's write here Sag. And here we have Jupiter and Neptune together in Sagittarius. How we are going to write this? Jupiter conjunct Neptune in Sag, or the symbol of Sag. And this is a relationship of two planets visiting the same sign and merging their energy and their archetype to something new. We will discuss about it later on, and as for now, we can see what is in the current astrology, what planets are in conjunction, and to learn from articles and from explanation. This is infinite information to go into each sort of conjunction. Another way of interaction, we have a relationship that's called opposition. So of course, this is very obvious that we are seeing two planets opposing each other and creating a relationship of 180 degrees. For example, here is Mercury, and it's opposing Neptune. So we will see, and we will write that Mercury is opposing. This is the way that we are going to draw opposition, opposing Neptune. In this case, we don't need to write the sign. We can put here Mercury, if it's the chance that is in Taurus, and here is in Scorpio. We can write here Taurus, and here Scorpio. But it's less important right now. I want just to see the aspects of the planets between each other and how we are writing them and reading them. Another example, we have here Venus, and she does opposition to Jupiter. We are going to write Venus opposing Jupiter. Okay? What it means? That the qualities of each planet is opposing, like looking in the mirror of the other archetype and creating sort of a peak and a sort of a new effect when we are putting two colors near front of each other. And in the case of Mercury opposing Neptune, if Mercury is communication and understanding, Neptune is delusion and confusion in a way, is creating a peak of understanding and the dissolving of the information. And this will be a challenging place for understanding or for confusing. So people starting to see something, or you can start realizing beyond. It depends to who we are reading it. If we are reading it for the collective consciousness, it's something that happened generally, or we are reading it for a personal chart that learn living with this transit. A person with Mercury opposing Neptune definitely can be a great writer because he could put the information in words and still to take it to a fantasy, to a place that is beyond the words. And those are always good sides to all oppositions. Opposition considered to be a challenging aspect, and we're going to summarize it in the end, what is supporting, what is challenging. And this is no real bad or real good. Even the challenges aspects are helping us to move forward. This is a moment that we must change something, and we could not go with the la-la land. And usually the opposition is taking us to this extreme point that what you're going to do from here, like look in the mirror of the other side. It's not always like this. What's really calling us for action is actually a form that's called square, meaning 90 degrees. So even the 180 degrees, the opposition is part of the square because this is straight line breaking and 90 degrees. So of course, what is a square is that planets are doing 90 degrees to each other. So if we have here Mars in Aries, what is 90 degrees from Aries forward? We are needing to go 3 signs ahead. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. 90 degrees from Aries is Cancer. And here we can find Venus. So in this case, we are going to write Mars squaring Venus. What it means? A crisis in a relationship in this case. But this is a moment of action. This is a corner. This is a situation of something should change. We could not, something should break. It's like how you are arriving to a point that from here you must to change and to agree to take it to a new direction, a sort of a new agreement. Usually when I'm seeing square, we are seeing drop in the markets. Okay, depends which signs are doing the square, and depends what other transit is coming after this. We are going to arrive and touch this a lot, but it's so important that you will be familiar with those main 3 aspects: conjunction, opposition, and square. But we have another one that is so important. Everything is important. This is language. We are going to speak about 2 minor or similar aspects that called Trine and Sextile. Trine is speaking about 120 degrees. 4 signs differentiation. 120 degrees. Each sign is 30 degrees. 4 signs are 120. And this is creating harmony, triangle. All what is coming with triangle aspect, contrary to, opposed to the square configurations. So this is 120 and this is 60 degrees. For now, I'm going to just focus on the trine and I'm going to draw it the same thing, and this will be triangle. So let's take an example. If we have in the 8th house, we have here Jupiter, and Jupiter is doing a trine with Venus. For example, this is Capricorn. So 4 signs from Capricorn are Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus. So we can say that Jupiter is trining Venus. Then we are looking in the chart and seeing that both are earth element. Capricorn is earth, Taurus is earth, and those are speaking in harmony because they are related to the same quality. This is how trines working. They are from the same quality because those are 4 signs different. This is another relationship that's called sextile. And if we are taking 60 degrees and we are putting here Neptune, 2 signs away. So if this Capricorn, this should be Sag, and this should be Scorpio. So we could call that Jupiter is trining Neptune. This is 60 degrees, this is 120 degrees. Scorpio is water, Capricorn is earth. Neptune in Scorpio is doing a sextile with Jupiter in Capricorn. Water and earth are not the same element, but they are both feminine energy. Capricorn is feminine and Scorpio is feminine. The trine is better harmony relationship because they are from the same quality and they are both the same sex. They are feminine in this case. I said, sorry, this is not a trine. The sextile we are going to write differently. We're going to write it like a star, like this. I'm going to show you this, how it's going to look on the application. And here we are seeing, for example, this one, we are seeing a trine. This is a sextile. This is a trine. This is conjunction. If we are going to have here, we're going to have Saturn, and here is Chiron. 2 signs difference. We are going to write that Saturn is sextile. Okay, we don't need to write it. Saturn, sextile, Chiron. Okay, so a star and triangle are positive aspects that are working on the same direction, and the vectors are going forward together with the conjunction that is a moment of transformation because it's starting a new cycle between the planets, and as they will move forward they will arrive to all the rest aspects. Every relationship that is starting like 2 planets coming together, then they will start to come distance, they will move to sextile, they will move to square, they will move to trine, they will move to opposition, and then they will do the same option until they will meet again. So when we are seeing sextile, trine, or conjunction, we considered it to be a positive aspect that's supporting us moving forward in the same direction or higher. When we are seeing opposition, we are understanding that we are related to peaks or to a drastic change in direction. And square is a call for danger, for something that is hardship to push in the same direction, and something significant on the surface or beneath the surface is about to change and must change. So hopefully this was clear, and I'll see you in the next class.